Parents wanted a better life. What does Lupe Fiasco say?
Famine striking his homeland and no social standing in the economic pecking order. Emergency relief distribution systems is in disorder. He's checking water, making sure it's safe enough for his daughter to float across in the boat he built, hopefully strong enough to support her. Praying border patrols don't catch her as processing the porter before she reached the shore of the land of the free, where they feed you, treat you like equals, deceive you, stamp you, and call you illegal. And that's it.
So I will always stand up for the rights of people who don't have a voice, okay? Right now, the children that are being affected by ICE and this fucking racist ass, bitch ass, pussy ass dictator, it is making me sick. What gets me is people say that I'm a killer because I had an abortion. No, I had an abortion because I care about children. Children deserve better. Okay, so let's just get that out there. And I wonder where all the fuck you people are at. Why aren't you out there protesting this shit? Okay, so here's what's up. There's a video on Instagram, and he was a lawyer, and he was talking about why they couldn't use one of the 7-year-old's depositions. And it's because he said the attention span. This is a child. They don't have the attention span to sit there, and they don't even understand. At 7 years old, would you have hell no, man, fuck that. And when you're forced to understand it and undergo it, like the children that have taken their lives sadly because they were bullied in school, like here in Texas, and I know recently another child did the same thing because of this stupid ICE shit. In the black community, we have seen a surgence of this, and it's only soaring higher, sadly, since the 90s in regards to racism and children taking their lives. Now we're seeing it with ICE, which is just an amped up, pumped up form of the police, and they're targeting the black and brown community. Don't get that twisted. So 600 kids were supposed to be deported back to Guatemala. Is 600? Is that right? And a judge has stayed, let them stay. They were migrant children who had, again, if you can't see the racism in him taking the status of some, I don't give a fuck if you're legal or not. If you're a good person, you should, I don't give a fuck where you are. But let's just go a little step further here, right? He's saying he's getting the worst of the worst criminals out. Oh yeah, that 7-year-old and that 10-year-old really fucking threatening, motherfucker. Anyways, okay, and I'm pissed. So, no, him and his administration, they are the worst of the fucking worst. And hopefully you people will open your eyes. We all will. What do we do? That's the main question I get. I don't fucking know, but do something. Say something. I mean, we all are like, oh, how did this happen? How did that happen in history? Well, they slowly implement their shit. This motherfucker didn't even slowly do it. I believe his first term was a test. He tested the waters. He saw that he could get away with whatever the fuck he wanted. I guarantee you he's paying off the Supreme Court and whoever the fuck else he wants, and they're being soulless motherfuckers. Anyone who takes money from that bastard instead of doing the right thing. Period. So anyhow, so these children, this judge thankfully stays that they can stay here. They were already on the tarmac and already boarding planes to go back to Guatemala. I saw no adults. Children by themselves, terrified, not knowing. I mean, I can't imagine. In the dead of night on a holiday weekend, the Trump administration ripped vulnerable, frightened children from their beds and attempted to return them to danger in Guatemala. The National Immigration Law Center has stated, filing a suit. We are heartened the court prevented the injustice from occurring before hundreds of children suffered irreparable harm. I think that they've already suffered irreparable harm because racism, as I have more than once I have discussed this, and we have gone over this, and I will continue to, and I want to go into it in more depth. Racism is trauma, especially in children, and these children are going through that exact same thing. They see it on the news, they hear it at school, they're being bullied by it, and they're being fucking, what, are they supposed to go back to school today? After staying up all night waiting to be put on a fucking plane and sent back to Guatemala where they're gonna face imminent danger? Seven, I mean, as young as 7 and 10 years old. Ow, sorry. It's disgusting. If you support this fucking asshole, you really need to check yourself if you're calling yourself a good person. You cannot support this. This is not about Republican or Democrat. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm none of that. I never have been. I would much rather see one and over the other, clearly at this point, but they don't follow my values. None of them. Okay? So, part of my values is you don't traumatize children. You hold those so-called in power accountable. That is not happening. That's never happened, but it's even worse now. It's becoming highly acceptable. Yeah, let's cover our faces. Let's do all the... Fuck that. My point here is children are being traumatized. Children are being... I mean, last night, 600 kids, while you were sleeping, were being just like lingering on a tarmac, on the plane, where the plane takes off, or on the plane. I've seen pictures. I don't know if I can post on. I don't know. Go to my Instagram. Whatever. Point here is, that's what they were doing, 7 and up, and that's just what I know regarding ages. Okay, so while you were sleeping, that's what they were doing. What are they supposed to do today? Is their family here today? Where the fuck is their family? Or are they going to go back to a detention center? What the fuck have they done? You want to put so-called criminals, which you don't put criminals. America doesn't put criminals. True criminals. True criminals are murderers. True criminals are the people that steal the R word and all that, because I can't say that word. And they go after kids. Those are your criminals. I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker does drugs. I'd much rather have them on the streets than have this motherfucker in office and all his people in office. They're not the threat. That motherfucker's the threat. And by the way, the government's the ones who put the fucking drugs in the community anyways, because it makes them money. Prison makes money in so many ways, from investments to them giving free labor to... I'm gonna make myself sick. All right. If this doesn't upset you, this would be upsetting enough to me if this was happening to adults, if 600 adults were on there, if 76 adults were on there, however many, right? It would be traumatizing to them as well. Where's my child? Where's my mom? You know, I know what that feels like as a kid, but not like this, not on this grand scale. So these children were unaccompanied. They were migrants, and they were supposed to come to America because they were facing danger and their parents wanted a better... That's all I gotta say.